What's good, guys? It's Drew with the Soul Broker here. We're here with TMARKGOTKICKSS.
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. So we're here at the store, and the purpose of this video today is just do a little interview. So we're gonna start with some questions. So what got you into shoes?
What got me into shoes is my older brothers, man. I had two older brothers. One was into Jordans and one was into like foam posits and Nike basketball shoes. So growing up, by default, my mom used to just give me like a little bit of both. So
Sure.
That's what got me into sneakers.
Do you remember the first shoe that you bought?
With my own money or just like?
Or in general, like the first shoe you got?
First shoe I bought with my own money was the LeBron 25.5s, the old black pair. That shoe. I remember I saved my allowance for probably 3 weeks and ended up buying it.
So what exactly how did you start collecting like Heat versus like general release stuff? Like how'd you make that transition?
It's crazy because like back then, certain shoes that you had was just like regular.
Yeah.
And now when the years go by, it's like, yo, you have those are Heat. So
Sure.
I mean, when you living in the moment, especially back then, like probably like I want to say 2006, 2007, 08, like you didn't know like how valuable or like how crazy the shoe was until like years later. So I would probably say like it got crazy like 2010, 2011. People started like, yo, those are Heat.
So you remember like the first like Heat shoe you bought? Like, do you remember that?
Probably the Yeezy 1.
Yeezy 1?
2009.
Which one? Which
Zen
color?
Grays.
The Zens?
Yeah, those are still in Jimmy John's on
Yeah.
Jamaica Avenue. Like people was really on the fence about it because
Sure.
the price point was high and you know it was a high, very very high top shoe and it was Kanye and a lot of people really wasn't sure. But like once the blinks dropped, then everybody was sold.
Yeah.
Then the tens. That's how that went.
Yeah. Do you feel like you gravitate more towards like a basketball style shoe since like you play basketball, or do you see yourself like having like a diverse collection? Because I notice a lot of the stuff you have is more so like basketball shoes.
Pretty much. Over the years, it's more diverse, but more so, I would definitely gravitate more to basketball.
Yeah.
Because A, I played, and B, I grew up in that era where basketball shoes and the bulky shoes was like the thing. Like I remember having the Royal foam posits in 2007, and I remember my brother having them in '97, where like a lot of people didn't have those. It was either you was like a dope boy or you know you were spoiled by your parents. Like regular people wasn't having the Royal foam posits.
Classic colorway. It's definitely dope that your brother got you into it because that's kind of like similar to my story.
Okay.
But more so like for reselling. So I was gonna ask you like, what are your thoughts on the sneaker culture today, and like, what are your thoughts on reselling?
I mean, I don't like not dislike it.
Sure.
I respect it. I just feel like a lot of people, you know, they don't understand the concept of like connecting and building. More people's like alpha self.
Sure.
And then it'd be more for like a shoe you only make it $20 off.
Sure.
So like when I used to do it, it wasn't nothing crazy, but I met so many good people like doing it, connected with people, and it was more like a brotherhood. Like it was like, you know, like we would hold each other down because the goal was for all of us to get, right?
Yeah.
So that's the end game. And now it's like I done seen friends for 10 plus years, they'll cut their man's throat because they want to get the shoe before them or they want to get in the store before them. So, I mean, I don't like not dislike it, but it's more so that concept is out there, like trying to build.
Definitely, I agree with that. I feel like there's been a big paradigm shift in the way the culture is just reacting now towards shoes. Like you've seen videos of like people getting into fights and lines out of Mercer, and I feel like honestly, almost as if it's like the brands that are doing this because they want to draw that.
They love that. They love that because they get the cameo picture of it. They love that. They love that. And I mean, my thing is, it's a big cost because people is getting killed, some people is getting stabbed, hurt, or whatever like that. And it's like, is it worth it? But at the end of the day, it's the people and how they react. So you could blame the companies, but you can't fully blame them.
Sure. So I was gonna ask you, like, we talked about shoes, so I wanted to maybe get into clothing. Like, what brands do you see yourself gravitating towards, like, as far as clothing is concerned? Or is it maybe like,
I mean, for me, I like the Supreme stuff. Like, I don't like everything,
sure.
But I do like the older pieces. I remember when Supreme, you could go in and box stores would still be there.
Sure.
So it's like, I mean, they have cool pieces. I just see too many people gravitating to it now in the last couple of years. So I kind of stay away from it. But I'm more so like a quality guy. Like, I don't care for like the Mike and Marys and Balmains because that's trendy styles. That style is here today, but could be going tomorrow.
Sure.
So I'm cool with just good quality, like jeans, good quality shirts and stuff like that.
Sure. So you seem like more of like a low-key type of guy. Like, you're not into like really flashy stuff. Like, kind of like.
I mean, I have that type of stuff, but it's not something where it's just like I have to generally like it. Like,
sure.
If I don't like it, I'm not gonna just get it just because.
Yeah.
I'd rather, get something like a blank shirt, like a John Elliott shirt.
Sure.
Where people won't be able to identify it.
Gotcha.
Right? But if you know, you know. It's
one
of them things. So something like that, like that's probably one of my favorite brands, John Elliott, right now.
Sure. I wanted to ask you this. I've been following your account for a while, and I've like seen a lot of shoes that you're in your collection. You have a very extensive collection, a very diverse collection. A lot of Jordan 1s, a lot of like samples, a lot of like really good collections like bins, DBs, stuff like that. If you had like 5 shoes that you'd have to pick out of your collection that like you cannot go without, which shoes would you say that would be?
For one, black cement 3s. Favorite Jordan of all time. I feel like that's the most versatile Jordan out. Infrared 60s is like 1B for me. Like, it's 1A, 1B. Alright, so now this is where it gets tough. Oh man, in the collection, I think Brett 1s. I think Roy 1s.
Classic pairs, a lot of classic pairs. Bread 4s.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that because like a lot of the stuff in your collection is like crazy heat.
Yeah.
And the 5 that you picked are like more so like general release stuff.
Yeah.
I could identify with that too because I mean at one point I had a lot of crazy stuff in my collection, but the stuff that I see myself wearing is kind of like alongside of like what you had said, like a lot of the GRs, like classic go-to Jordans.
And it's so crazy because I've been downsizing, man. I've been downsizing crazy. Not because like I have to, it's just because, you get to a certain age and it's just like, I don't need all of this.
Sure.
I really don't. And I just caught like 2 pairs of infrared 6s from the pack. Like, like people are dumping like good pairs, and I'd rather just have that stuff I know I can just rip and run with.
Sure. Going on what you were talking about like these retro Jordans, how do you feel about like Jordan Brand now, like where a lot of their retro colorways like are just like devalued? Like you've seen like Jordan 5s like back from like early 90s, like they're not even really worth much anymore. Like he's constantly re-retroing stuff.
I mean, see, and this is nothing towards Jordan Brand, but I just feel like they need to kind of explain more of the story of it, like the historical, values of certain Jordans, like a Jordan 1 it's popular now because of the people that's wearing it, right? But then it's like a Jordan 3, you seen the black cement come out and it kind of sat for a little bit.
Sure.
The shoe released, what, 88?
Yeah.
So 90%, I want to say, not 90, but 70% of the people that's in the sneaker culture don't even remember that shoe. They don't even remember the first retro.
True.
In 01. So, I mean, 94. And then 01, but they don't even remember that. They're probably remembering 2011. Not even CDP, right?
Yeah.
So not even 08. So, alright, it came out in 2011. So now they're saying, oh, these shoes came out. But some people don't even remember them in 2011. So there's so many kids involved and there's no story behind it. So if it's not like a collab attached to it, like a Drake or a Travis or, you know, Virgil, these kids don't want it because A, it's not a crazy flip. In their mind, they think it flip. And B, it's not expensive right now.
Yeah.
I remember when, you know, 2013 brands and 2013 Royals was extremely expensive.
Yeah.
But now when they drop the new ones, those are dirt.
Yeah, we were just talking about like a really classic shoe, like a True Blue 3.
Yeah.
When those came out in 2011, I remember used pairs going for like almost 300.
Yeah.
And now the new pairs like hit retail outlets.
I
like,
remember when the
crazy.
09 International pair came out, and those was going for like 500-600.
Sure.
But it's a different time because that time, that's when people wanted older retros, like the older Jordans that didn't retro, like the 16s, the 17s,
Sure.
the 13s, like the high numbers, and you know, that was a good time for sneakers because that's what certain people was wearing, like entertainers, because that's what it all comes down to. Like whatever entertainers and people look up to, like that's what the culture is become.
Yeah.
The people that's really into it never stop buying stuff.
Sure.
Like people jump ship when high-end stuff came out, right? Like Gucci, Prada, all of that stuff. Like people, oh, I ain't wearing no sneakers. Sneakers for Spanish people, or sneakers for that person, or corny people wear sneakers.
Yeah.
Now, that's the thing, right? These are the same people that told you that, yo, you buying Jordans? Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
They're wearing Jordans.
Yeah.
So it's all what entertainers and everybody's doing because that's what they look up to. Honestly, that's my honest opinion.
I agree with that too because you see a lot of people riding that wave, that pop culture wave. Like for example, like SBs. I remember at one point SBs were just completely dead, and then all it takes is Travis Scott to take a picture of a Paris SB, and then they're on and popping, or a lobster to come out. You know,
Red Lobsters, Blue Lobsters. Only lobster that was doing crazy numbers was the yellow pack.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yes.
That shoe last year, 2 years ago, 200, 250 at most.
Sure.
All day.
Sure.
All day. Like you can get a used pair on eBay for 150 all day. Now they at 1,000.
Do you feel as if, like, here are my thoughts, I want to know where you're at with this, like, do you feel as if almost the sneaker market is just getting, like, or the culture is just getting oversaturated with, like, drops every Saturday and all these other brands? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, you gotta feed the people. Like, I mean, the brands is gonna capitalize, right? They're gonna take advantage of it because a lot of these brands don't know when it's over because there's gonna be a drought or there's gonna be something else. So a lot of these brands is, you know, they're staying consistent, so that's a good thing. But it does kind of saturate, you know, especially being a collector, like somebody that, because you can't, I mean, you could, but it's like, is it worth getting everything, right?
Yeah.
It might be 4 drops and you want all 4. Like, what's the chances of you getting all 4?
Sure.
But then if you do, you pay resale. That might be a lot of money coming out of your pocket, and that might happen 2 Saturdays in a row. Right? So it all depends, man. But I mean, I don't blame the brands because they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's so easy to get caught up into like the drop and like buying shoes to buy shoes, and you kind of lose track of like what your eye is. So I definitely feel that it's almost getting oversaturated.
I mean, I'm to the point I don't even know when stuff drop. Honestly, like I really don't be knowing like the exact dates anymore, cause I'm to the point where if I really like it, I'm gonna reach out to somebody, or they'll give me the date, and if not, I'm just trying to get like older stuff, either like doubling, tripling, whatever. Like I rather that. I rather Brit 4s. I rather like older stuff people don't want.
Gotcha. So now that like 2019 is drawing to a close, if you could look back like retro on the whole year and say like this was one shoe that released throughout the year that like I could identify with most, like what would you say is the hottest shoe of 2019 that it came out?
The hottest shoe of 2019 is so many damn shoes for 2019. Damn. I think the most creative shoe would probably be the Travis one.
Okay.
Right? Stash pocket, reverse swoosh. I think he put a better like twist on Jordan 1 than Virgil did, but Virgil used the classic Chicago. Let's see. I would probably say the Travis one, right? Those came out this year, right?
Yeah.
The highs?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta make sure, because matter of fact, I was looking yesterday and I looked up the Unions. I thought the Unions dropped this year. It was 2018.
That was another good shoe this year.
Yeah. Nah, it was 2018.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's crazy. So that's why I was like, did the Travis drop? Yeah, the Travis dropped this year. Element 6 is dope. I think that might be the woman shoe of the year, honestly. Like, that shoe's clean. I don't know what else. What class? Oh, the Brit 4s.
Yeah, definitely a good shoe.
Brit 4s dropped 2019. So yeah, that'd probably be my top 3.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like if Jordan Brand could re-retro another shoe, what shoe would you want them to re-retro? Or like bring back?
Bring back? Let me see. Doing the DMPs next year.
That's crazy to think about that. They're like,
I just hope
going into that territory.
I hope they don't mess up. Something crazy. I don't know, man. I'm happy that the LeBron 7 is coming back out. The red carpets, Jordan. Maybe Lightning 17s, Ginger 16s.
Where that was a good pair. Those are old.
Cherry West 16s. Yeah, maybe those. I think it's Tom. I mean, it'll probably sit, but the people that didn't want them or didn't have them, and they separated, they'll appreciate it for sure. Probably one of those. Like 17, Lightning 17s a sit, Gingers a sit, Cherry Woods a sit. What else? Because look, why Midnight Navies hit outlets. Terrible.
That's crazy how certain shoes.
That's a crazy shoe. Yo, that shoe was the shoe. Like the 16s, that was the shoe back then. Besides the black and red pair, but the white and navy, that was the pair.
I wanted to thank you for coming out. Really appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
I definitely wanted to give you these as a gift. I know you had your eye on these, so these are the Supreme Lows.
Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to have you come out here and